All right, everybody, we're gonna be talking about gloves and boots. There's a bunch of different styles. When mine kind of wear out, I throw them away, so I don't have a lot of extras. But what I have here is the gloves I currently use, the boots I currently use, and why I kind of got them. And we're gonna be talking a little bit about the different types of materials. Just like jackets, you're gonna have leather, you're gonna have textiles, you're gonna have all that stuff. I like leather because they look cool. I like brown because it looks cool. When it comes to boots, there's different styles. There's leather boots, there's textile boots, there's a mixture of all of it. I want to talk about some of the features and then also why we need to have good footwear. It's really important. Same thing with gloves, but still footwear is really important. And then comfort and fit, because once again, if you don't get comfortable stuff, you're not gonna wear it. So when it comes to boots, I got these boots. These are from TCX. I wanted something a little bit higher so you can get regular shoes that are kind of like low here. You can get mid calf, which is this, and you can get high calf, which kind of goes closer to your knee. Those are pretty cool. I had those for a while. Really comfortable, loved them. Once again, the pants can go over the top, and you can get some boots that are inside the pant, or I'm sorry, outside the pants, so the pants goes inside, so it looks kind of cool too. It all depends on you and what you want to do. Just get some boots. So I got these ones because these were designed for a little bit more flexibility. And so there's a lot of stiff boots out there, which are really good for when you're out riding, especially if you're off-road. You want to have that stiffness. If you're on-road, you can have a mixture of both. But I wanted something a little bit of flexibility because when I get off the bike and I walk around, I want something that's going to not be stiff on my arches of my feet too bad. Okay, so it's still stiff, but it's not super-duper bad and stiff. A little bit more like a shoe at this point. Because when I'm out doing the parking lot drills, I'm out setting up cones, I'm all doing that stuff, I'm walking and I don't want to have foot fatigue, which is a real thing. If your feet get really tired, your whole legs get tired, your body starts to get tired. So when it comes to the actual boot itself, you're gonna have protection typically on the ankle. So there's gonna be like a little insert right here that's gonna protect the ankle a little bit. You're gonna maybe have armor, like a TPU, so thermoplastic on the back end. And then either a steel toe or you're gonna have at least some protection on the front right here. It's not super duper important. I mean, when you get into a crash, you're gonna be banging around in your legs. And I'm talking about like you're fumbling on the ground. On an impact with a car, like a T-bone incident where your leg is down on the side of the bike, T-bones. This is gonna protect a little bit. There's not much that's gonna protect your legs when it comes to a car crash, which sucks. But when it comes to like a solo incident, which typically happens for motorcycle riders, it's gonna protect a lot when it comes to injuries and stuff. So this one right here, on this side, I don't like zippers, or not zippers, but shoelaces. I like zippers. I don't like shoelaces because if I have a bunch of like hanging shoelaces, like the rabbit ears, and I go to step off the bike and one of the rabbit ears grabs the peg, it's gonna kind of like pull me over. So I don't like to have shoelaces. And if you do have boots that have shoelaces, or you like some boots that have shoelaces, tuck them in so that the ears aren't flopping everywhere. I like zippers, and that's what this is right here. So this is a very cool system. Now it can be on the front or it can be on the back. This is on the side. And so as you can tell, just a little, let's go over here. As you can tell, you're gonna have that zipper and then it's gonna have a Velcro closure, but right here, it's gonna help prevent any type of water. And what I mean by that is that it is, you can't really see. There's a tag here that says Gore-Tex, so it's gonna help prevent a little bit of water kind of going through there, which is great because if you get into a lot of rain, you're gonna get soaked. You're gonna get absolutely soaked. So this is gonna help prevent a lot of that. These ones, let's go on back over here. These ones have like little air holes on the bottom. And I got that because this was supposed to be meant for like a 3-season. So a little bit of rain, a little bit of water resistance and proofing, but also has airflow because in my area, when it's super hot, I want some airflow on the bottom of my feet too. So I got that. Another feature that most motorcycle boots have is a mid-shank sole, and it could be steel, it could be carbon fiber, it could be whatever, but it's supposed to add some strength to the bottom of your foot. You're not supposed to put the middle of your foot on the peg. You're supposed to put it over here on the ball of the foot, but this will help prevent your foot kind of collapsing on that peg, which can cause some foot fatigue. So they have that for firefighter boots too, because we're climbing rungs on a ladder. Same thing here. It's going to have a little bit more strength on the bottom. So there's a lot of features here. Like I said, you can have ones that are just kind of like shoes. Once again, what are you losing out? You're losing out on all this, which is going to be protection. Sometimes there's plastic protection here, so if you get rocks, it's going to help protect that, which sucks. I've had rocks hit me in the shin. Thankfully, I had this in my higher boots. So if you don't, and you only have like a shoe, that's fine. You're just going to possibly get some rocks or debris. It doesn't happen a lot, but it can. With regular motorcycle shoes, because they do make them, they look like Vans and Converse and high tops and a lot of cool looking shoes. A lot of comfort when you're off the bike and they look normal. So not a lot of people think that you're riding. If you get the full get up, that doesn't look like you're riding. Because you can get motorcycle pants and jackets that don't look like motorcycle pants and jackets. They typically do have that protection for the ankle, just not up here. Higher boots have a little bit more protection for the rocks and debris, but there's not much when it comes to armor. It's just a little extra so you're not getting that rocks and debris. I like this. Kind of going back to the high top, if you get off-road boots, they do have that armor. They do have that stuff. So a little off-roading, dual sport riding boots, they do have that. Same thing with like really high, kind of like this, but it's like street riding, racing, they do have more armor. So it's really important. Very comfy. Grab ones that are comfy, grab ones that have the protection. They should have ankle protection, toe protection, heel protection, that mid-shank sole on the bottom. And then you can start going for features like I did, where it got some airflow, a little bit of waterproofing, the zippers on the side. I don't want to have laces, kind of start going that route. When it comes to gloves, this is my little glove holder that I can do that. When it comes to gloves, kind of the same thing. When it comes to boots, you kind of go for features. But now it's for your hands, okay? So here's my glove. This is a fun little glove. I love it. I bought it from a little dealership. You can find a lot like this. They can either be leather like this one, or it can be textiles. So it all really depends on what you want. So I look for the features though. So I want reinforced stitching. You can kind of tell. Let me get my head out of the way. So you see how there's a bunch of stitching, a lot of the stitching, and then where the parts that meet, because like a glove isn't just one big piece. It's not like a nitrile glove where it's just one piece. It's a bunch of different pieces together, so you want to have good reinforced stitching. Same thing with jackets, same thing with boots, but you want to have good reinforced stitching, and you can see that on the inside right there. See how there's like 2 lines of stitching for that inside part? Very important because you don't want it to fall apart either. If you noticed, this little black piece right there, that is a thermoplastic TPU, whatever. And so when you do hit the ground, it's gonna slide versus like grab and then yank your hand. So that's really good. I like that. Also, you can see the knuckle protection right here. So when we're falling down and we're like, oh no, crap, hit the ground, but then we're still tumbling, top of your hand can also hit the ground. Also, when you're riding and you have a good grip right here, anything that's gonna hit your knuckles like rocks or a bee, or hopefully not a deer, but you have other problems if you have that. It's gonna help protect your knuckles. You don't wanna have a broken knuckle when you're trying to ride, and then now you have to like reach for the front brake with a broken knuckle. Not good. Another feature that I look for me personally, because I like to have my phone on my handlebars for the GPS, songs, music and whatnot, combined with my Cardo Pack Talk, is that I have these right here. Let's get myself out of there. I have this right here. And so what that does, it allows me to utilize the phone. Also, a lot of the new motorcycles nowadays have a TFT display, which is that fancy little display where you can kind of swipe things around. It's not analog anymore. So this also helps with that. So if you have anything that you want to do for information, you can swipe it without having to take your glove off, do it, put your glove back on. Little creature comforts, makes it easier. It's not, I'm not getting this because I want you to use your phone and mess with your controls and dash and everything the whole time, but it does make it easier so that when you have to, you can. This is a short gauntlet glove, and so what that means is that it just barely covers, let's go and take my watch off so you have a better visualization of that. What that means, it's only covering just a little bit of the wrist. Some of them just don't even cover this last part right here, so it's more like this. And so what that is just, it's short. And so for hot weather, it's nice because then you get airflow inside your jacket if you have it short. So with this one, I can put my jacket over just a little bit, get some airflow. But they do have really long gauntlet gloves where that comes out even more. And you see that with like a lot of like MotoGP or track riding where it's like super hard plastic all the way through. Sometimes leather gloves have this big flare out right here. And what that does is that in cold weather, it doesn't allow the cold weather to get inside the jacket since this is over the jacket. So the air is going to go over, not in your jacket. So that really helps out. Also, some of those do have armor on that, and it kind of keeps your wrist stabilized, so you're not able to really do this a lot. It keeps it stabilized, and that's going to help out in a crash too. That's why MotoGP and track riding, they probably, well, MotoGP does, but usually like on a track day, they require gauntlet gloves with that armor so it can protect your wrist also. But when it comes to like regular commuting or riding regular, this is perfectly fine for me. I like it. I'll take that risk myself. But yeah, make sure you get a glove that fits you. If you have a leather glove, you might get one that's a little snug. It'll loosen up. Textiles, they typically don't loosen up. But you don't want one that's like super restrictive to where you can't even bend your fingers or even straighten them out. You want ones that you actually have good flexibility and dexterity on it. And the reason why I really recommend gloves, obviously for the protection, but when your hands are sweaty, you could slip on the throttle, you could slip on the hand grip. If your hands are sweaty inside here, the outside's not. And so you're gonna have better tactile feel, you're gonna be able to grip the motorcycle handlebars a little bit easier, you're not gonna slide off, so getting gloves is important. So outside of the protection, that's another reason why I get gloves. Same thing for here. Outside of just the protection, if you just have regular shoes, they're not gonna be super grippy on the bottom, especially if you use them all the time and they like wore out. I only wear these when I ride, so the bottoms are pretty good. They're gonna last forever pretty much. And so when you stop at a stoplight and you put your foot down, you're gonna have that extra grip. Same thing if you put your foot on the peg, you're gonna get that extra grip. So having good grip, these are the 2 points of contact basically for you and the motorcycle outside of you gripping the tank with your knees. Gripping here, fine. Putting grip and traction on the ground just like a motorcycle tire. So grab yourself some motorcycle pants, jackets, gloves, boots, and a full face helmet. Check out the types of stuff that you want, either long or high or short boots, gauntlet gloves, short gauntlet, whatever it is, depending on your type of riding, either hot or you're gonna be out on the track a lot, leather, textiles, it all kind of depends on what you wanna look like or the types of protection you want. Once again, leather is really good. Textiles are getting really good too. Abrasion resistance, that's the main thing there. Check for any features like the touchscreen stuff on the gloves. Check for features here if you want to get waterproofing, airflow, a little bit more flexibility, stuff that's meant for walking, or more stiffness if you want more stiffness if you're out more off-roading or you just like the feeling of stiff boots. It's kind of fun walking on stiff boots, kind of like walking with ski boots. You're kind of like clunk, 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 clunk. But you see what I mean when it comes to setting up cones and actually going for long walks if you're going to go somewhere and do some errands. I like to have stuff that has a little bit of a give. And same thing, you know, with comfort. If it's not comfortable for you, you're not going to wear it. Okay, so if you're not going to wear it, you wasted your investment, and on top of that, you're taking a higher risk when you're out riding. So if it's a short ride, you're like, I'm not going to wear it because it doesn't feel good. Not a good thing. So you want to get gear that feels good, looks good, makes you want to wear it, so that when you do short rides, even long rides, whatever it is, you're going to put it on. Okay, so make sure you check it out, try it all on, and have fun with it. If you want to look like a Power Ranger, look like a Power Ranger. If you want to look like somebody that's just riding, but then like when you get off the bike, it looks like you're not riding. They do make some really cool denim jeans that are heavy denim with reinforced stitching and aramid fibers inside. Doesn't look like you're wearing motorcycle pants. Cool. Same thing with jackets. They make some boots that don't look like it. If you put the pant over the top, you only see this bottom part anyways. So just get ones that kind of look good. And then your gloves, if you want to get a glove. Yeah, if you want to get a glove. What is up? Adaptive. What is up, everybody? What is up, different beer? This was filmed a while ago. Damn, I like filled in my shirt since then.
Goodness.
Oh, geez.
I was almost at the brink of...
Oh, my gosh. Sorry, guys. We're going to be doing a different channel today. It's going to be a little different. Let's turn that down just a teeny tiny bit. I had to update my... There we go. What is up? What is up, everybody? Yeah, a little bit more buffer. Yeah, I was having some issues with the webcam driver. The driver wasn't working, so it was supposed to start off at a
at 11, but we're starting off at 11:30. And it's Wednesday, you're right. We're doing it Wednesday because tomorrow I will be at Top Golf around this time for a birthday party thing. And then I'm gonna be packing. I have been packing for my snowboarding trip, and I'm leaving Friday. So I wanted to give myself a little extra of a day, so we're getting a little ahead of this today. Can you use a rider instead of a driver? Yeah. I enjoy birthday cake just a little bit. Enjoy yourself. I do a lot of hiking, a lot of rucking. I work out 3-4 days a week. I'd love to get back into swimming and everything like that. But yeah, we're gonna be focusing on these things. You know, in fact, I'm just gonna start hitting record. I don't so that way I don't have to keep saying record. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Record. This way, because you guys asked a great question last week, and I kind of went over the trauma kit, and I wasn't recording. I think that would have been a good video, kind of going over some of these things. So I'm gonna just start hitting record. How you doing, Adaptive Harry off? So it's Missy. Good to see you guys again. Travis, first time live, long time watching videos, and getting my first bike finally this week after years of waiting and learning. Just wanted something simpler. Just yeah. To be honest, it's better for me that it's today instead of tomorrow. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, there's 17 of you that signed into class today. So if you don't know what that means, you have to hit that like button to sign into class. So make sure you hit that like button. There's 64 of you in class, but only 17 of you signed in. We are trying a different video today. MotoStars seems to be kind of gone. You know what I mean? Chaos Rider, same thing. I think a lot of the crash compilation videos and channels are kind of disappearing, and they're turning into these ones. I just found, if anybody knows who Swag Lab is, the brand new channel, 37,000 subscribers, not bad, but they're getting some good views. The thing with them is that they do add context to the situation. They do talk, so it's almost like having a second host. So I think I like to think of it as, hey, I got an assistant. There's a little assistant here. So they're gonna be talking a little bit. They're gonna be doing a little bit of the stuff, and then I'm just gonna be adding context on top of that because I feel like I'm always talking about here's kind of what happened, and then here's the solution. They tend to say what's happening, and then I could just go straight to the solution. So we're gonna try that out. On top of that, we're kind of doing that pivot. We talked about that a little while back. Kind of a pivot. Yeah, probably monetization issues. I haven't had monetization issues, but I've been having, I think I'm getting like a little bit of a shadow ban type thing. I know a lot of people say that stuff, but the views have gone down dramatically. And I don't want to say shadow ban because that's not really a thing. I think it's more of viewer tastes. I think viewers have got a different taste nowadays. I think when COVID was happening, people were kind of watching the entertainment crashes and like having some fun like that. And then now that things are kind of moving on, and then maybe even motorcycling has gotten too expensive for people, like who knows, right? And same thing, it's winter, less people riding, but I've been having this issue since I've been having a decline in viewership for months. So I don't think it's just winter, but definitely winter is a problem. Usually picks up around spring and summertime. So that could be that too. But I think it's more of like a viewer interest thing. And I've been kind of deliberating on it for the past couple months on kind of like what to do about it. And that's why I've been focused on the academy. And we're kind of going into more of an educational community aspect versus entertainment, crashes and close calls with a little bit of education, if that makes sense. Yeah, January is pretty tough. January is pretty tough, but you know what? I want to keep getting this stuff out to you guys. And yeah, and it's just YouTube. Like the shop is still doing the same. So this is kind of like how I go through things, right? We do after action reviews of everything, and I have to do that with the business stuff because I got to pay the bills. YouTube itself has gone down. Shop itself hasn't. Affiliates with Cardo has not. And so like it's if YouTube views are going down but everything else is still kind of maintaining, then it's definitely a YouTube thing. It's a YouTube thing. 11 pull-ups. Nice. Very nice. I see that. Catch it like day, yeah. Skip the videos. Then I usually skip. Okay. Yeah, so I do want to take this as an opportunity since like viewership is down, is like might as well start over and do something different. You know what I mean? Because if the views are gonna be the same, the views are gonna be the same. In fact, let me take a look at some of these educational videos that I've been doing. So like the gear stuff lately. So the gear, eh, about 5,000 views. Like I used to get 20 to 40,000 views on these crash videos, and now they're down to like 6,000. And then the motorcycle jackets and pants, which are they're usually pretty slow to start, and it's about 4,000 views. These aren't like the greatest views I've had. I've had like much better, but it's kind of like a new pivot. Yeah, so they're about the same. They're about the same, and so I take this as an opportunity. It's like, you know what? Might as well go ahead and restart some of the stuff and like focus on a few other things. So I'm gonna be riding a lot more now that I got the Honda Rebel. I'm gonna be riding a lot more, doing a lot of those things. So there's gonna be kind of like a shift to the channel, and it's great. It's a fun, creative way to do it. Got to pivot all the time. I've been doing this I've been taking it somewhat seriously since 2016, but then the educational stuff since 2018. So we're talking 7 years, and there's been a lot of change in 7 years. Let's just say 7 years. There's been people that have come into the motorcycle educational space, just motorcycle vlogs, all these other different things, like different types of formats of things. And people have come and gone, come and gone, come and gone. And I'm still here. And so what I've been doing is just kind of pivoting consistently throughout all of this stuff. I did hit a really high marker during COVID with the crashes and close calls things. And so I like kind of hit the thing. And sometimes success can be a problem. It kind of keeps you stuck. And so now that success is kind of like still there, I was able to utilize the time to develop the plan method, MTC Awareness Stages, academies, books, and everything like that. So I used the time wisely. And so now I have like this back catalog of all this educational stuff. And I figured, you know what, might as well, just kind of lean more into it. This is going to be another pivot. We talked about the Smart Rider games. That's a great pivot. I enjoy it. I love it because it actually does teach people how to ride. And then pivoting into more like actually on the bike riding and then educational stuff. And so I'm going to be focused on doing a lot of those things. I'm focusing on the new book. If you guys have been watching on my Instagram stories, kind of been doing a lot of that stuff lately. And so, yeah, it's just kind of like a quick little pivot. Yeah, it's kind of scary here and there, but been doing this for a long time. I've been through this before. Not interested in compilations anymore because I watch the YouTube shorts these days where the biker crashes clips keep coming. Yeah, and that's another thing, Harry, is that different kind of content. Because back when I first started, we didn't have Instagram Reels or TikTok wasn't a thing. And YouTube Shorts definitely was not a thing. And so now people just kind of watch the reel, and that's kind of it. And that's the thing is like my Instagram Reels get more views than the full videos that I do here. It's just that YouTube pays. Instagram doesn't. And so it is what it is. Gear and bike reviews could fit your brand. Yeah, the problem with gear and bike reviews is that I'm not a gear or bike reviewer. I come from the perspective so here's the thing. Is like there's a lot of people out. Let's say there's like a guy or a girl that just loves bikes. Like they know the ins and outs of it. They're perfect bike reviewers. And then there's people that just like they know all the different types of gear stuff, and this is all educational based too, right? So like if I want to do that, I just have to learn and get a new skill set. But like where I'm from, my perspective is like I focus more on the ergonomics. It's like, hey, do you like this bike? Cool. Is it fit with it? I'm like one of those consumers that does it work for you? It doesn't really matter what it is. Does it work for you? And so like I'm not the best gear reviewer on that or the bike reviewer. It's like if you're short, Honda Rebel 500, boom, look at that. And then it's like I don't really care about all these like other different bikes. I care more about like what works for you. So I'm not really good about that. So some videos on educational purpose on how to deal with injuries. Yes, that's another thing that a lot of people don't do. The problem with that, and I know I'm like kind of like criticizing some of these things. The problem with like just doing crash stuff is a lot of people don't care. There's a lot of us that do, It's very important, right? It's very important. It's just that a lot of people really focus, and this is from my point of view, a lot of people really focus on how to ride. A lot of people really want to just know how to get their endorsement. A lot of people really just want to know how to get started. And then it's kind of it. And they don't think about the crash. They don't think about that stuff, so they don't really care until something happens. And so that's why a lot of these after action reviews are really good, because you show them what happens and you can do that stuff. Not interested in crashes unless I'm here to think and guide. Yeah. So I'm probably going to start shifting towards more like ride along with Dan and the Fireman, have a little bit more of a storyline, going out riding, kind of showing you how to ride certain areas, doing the games, almost like a weekly or monthly like skill check, in terms of like, here's how you pass your test. Go ahead and take a test, go ahead and pass it. And it's a lot of the content. The problem with educational stuff is that if you do it once, you just have to keep repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating, and you just get better and better and better. So think of it as, let's say you take an MSF class every month. You kind of hear the same stuff over and over and over and over again, to the point where you just don't need it anymore. And that's one of the problems with educational stuff, is that once you know it, you don't need to take it anymore. Entertainment, you can show up every week and just have some fun. Like the videos from maybe 4 or 5 years ago with Nikki teaching her how to ride, maybe do something like that with Brooke. I would love to. It's Missy. There was some updates that I haven't really been sharing with you guys. It's been a while. No longer with her, and then so like no longer have access to like Brooke and everything. So those videos that I did do with Brooke, they're no longer. I won't be making more with her. So I still have kind of like some of the stuff that I still got to share. So I do want to like start maybe integrating some like in-person stuff. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Some local things. Well, shoot, then I'll ride out and we can ride. Okay, Missy, come on down. Hey, it's all fine. It's fine, Rexy Moto. That's life. It is what it is. Lots of... Oh, jeez. I don't know if you meant that word, Rajin. I got you. So, mainly, I'm going to be focusing on the community that we have here, and like kind of pivoting a lot. I do want to get the academy up and running, because that'd be a little bit easier. The book is a little bit up and easier. It's just been so cold. It's been like 23 degrees in the morning, so it's hard to ride. But yeah, kind of pivoting. I knew what he meant. I think it'd be fun. Oh yeah, Rexy, no. You guys are distracting me. But yeah, it's kind of like a pivot. So this channel is a little bit different. In fact, let's go and take a look. Let's get to...
Angry at the motorcycle.
So like he talks.
I have no idea what happened that made the driver so angry at the motorcyclist. Hey!
So he does talk during it, so he can be like my little assistant. You might want to zip up your jacket there. It's not going to do too well.
Jesus, what the...
Good job on the swerve.
The guy riding the Hawk 250 was confused when he experienced road rage for the first time.
Yeah, a little AI voice. So we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun with it, but I think I'm going to have to pivot away from crashes and close calls, or at least be a little bit more creative in that aspect, implementing a certain crash, and then go out riding and showing you how to deal with it. So lots of fun, creative stuff. Something I can do. But yeah, the channel has started to, I don't want to say deteriorate. I think it just hit its peak. You know, it's really hard to have an educational channel with this many subscribers. Like, usually educational channels don't get 600 and something thousand subscribers. It's usually like maybe 100, 200, and then a lot of dead channel or subscribers. They're not really there. They just hit the subscribe button, gone. So yeah, motovlogs are fun. It's just that when it comes to like cross country stuff or even taking trips, I mean that costs money. And so a lot of the things with when it comes to this, it's like I'm trying to put the book out, trying to get the academy going. So I think that's what we're doing. Why don't you do reacts? Like in what way? I kind of do a reaction of this, but add educational stuff. Right in the mornings work. It's 34 degrees and it's too cold for my California bones. Yeah, it's been pretty cold. It's been pretty cold. What can I update you guys with? What can I update with you guys? Yeah, I mean we got the cone kit on sale. I got some stuff I got to ship. The ladies exposing their cleavage on the bike better not meet a wasp or a bee. Oof, that would suck. Need more red circles and shocked faces in the thumb. Yeah, exactly. Filmers United. Problem is, like, I think we're a little bit more mature for that. God, look at those arms. But who knows? I mean, you guys are an amazing community. What if I just do something other than motorcycling? You know? There's a lot of things in my life that I'm really enjoying. It just sucks that, I mean, I don't want to give up motorcycling. It's just too fun. It's just too fun. Like, I've developed a whole book and plan. I mean, fitness, there's fitness, Top Golf. There's golfing I could do. I like golfing. Motorcycling, I've been keeping up with a lot of the stuff there. And it's, I don't know, the industry kind of seems a little weird. You have an idea? Okay. The industry's a little weird. Skateboarding? Yeah. I don't know how to do that. That'll be interesting. Yeah, a lot of people don't like to. Dave, that's a great idea. That's something I was gonna do for gear reviews and bike, like shopping. It's just that a lot of like shops, like dealerships and like cycle gear, usually they're very much like, hey, don't come in here and do that. We don't get a benefit out of it, type of a thing. And I'm like, okay. So I've tried that in the past. Maybe I could try that again. I can try that again. Yeah, I definitely don't want to give it up. It's just that, I mean, that's a great idea, Dave. Like I was gonna do that for the gear stuff. Like take someone and like help them, like almost like a guided shopper, like helping them shop. You know what I mean? Yeah, as a business, it's like, well, how is that good for me? And it's like, well, if I direct people here, but then have an international community, not everybody can come to Tucson to buy it. So it's more like a corporate thing. I'd have to talk to like Cycle Gear corporate, which I think I can. That's not something too difficult to do. I would watch videos of you hiking. I like the 4K ambiance forest hike videos, but please don't slow them down to 10x. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Cypher. And that's one of those things. I mean, as a business owner, it's like, yeah, it's free marketing. That's why it's like more of a corporate thing versus like the local store. Just motorcycle gear probably crashing it, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going through a lot of so here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Is like I got the book. I'm working on the book. So that's going to be good, okay? And then from there I can teach like through the book stuff. I have the academy. That's going to be like a little bit more of the video stuff and then like the community aspect. I also can have a newsletter. That's easy to do. It's something I would like to do every week. These weekly live streams, I don't want to give them up. It's just there's gonna have to be like a little bit of a pivot towards that. And so like I do have those 4 things that I got going on. And that's something I can focus on. That's a good idea. It's Missy, he does hood eats. I've watched those. And it's pretty cool. And that's something that I would like to do from like, but I still want to maintain educational stuff. And so like riding to like a certain spot, that's a great idea. Cause like I do want to try out new restaurants, at least locally. So like do like me riding to a spot, kind of teaching you, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Boom, here's the reward of a good food, and then moving on from there. That'd be kind of fun, kind of like a day in the life. You know what I mean? A day in the life of me going out riding, grabbing some food. Here's some drills. Boom, boom, boom. Zen flavor of the week. That's another thing is I'm actually trying to quit. Oh my gosh, that was so difficult. It's day 3. I didn't realize how like the physiological, biological, whatever, what an addiction really is. I didn't think I was, but once you like kind of quit, oh my gosh. Yeah. Just feeling like tired. Dude, I've got like 1,600 Zen rewards points. All right. So we're gonna try this one out. Hope you guys like that gear video, like the educational stuff. I mean, a podcast is another thing I could be doing. I'm just I've done all these things in the past, and things kind of like do well that don't do well all of a sudden because just the way things work. So I'm just kind of like throwing brainstorm ideas out at you. Tell me what you guys would like to see. You know, you guys are the ones that show up every week. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm doing this for you guys. Like, I'm having a good time. But, like, what is it that you would like to see? What is it, like, what kind of motorcycle stuff? And I know you guys just want to see me kind of, like, hang out and do some fun stuff. Focus on what you're good at, fireman. It's been 7-8 years since I was a firefighter. 2018. 2018 is when I left. Communicating with you, the community love it. Okay, so it's like a community-based, community, right? Would love to get some drills. Love to see you guys compete. Like we talked about that. You guys seem pretty excited about that. You guys been pretty excited about that. Hang out and do some stuff. Okay. I'm into collabs. It's just traveling is just a pain. Actually, traveling might not be a pain. I actually like traveling. Yeah. My problem is I don't watch other YouTubers in the space. Wrenching tips. I don't do much of that. Life on the motorcycle ride with the fire. Yeah, okay. How often does that? It doesn't change too much. There's a few things that do change. Go buy a dirt bike and do some dirt biking. Okay. Anybody here remember Saturday Scrambler series that I used to do back in the day? I think like 2015, 2016, 2017. Anybody remember the Saturday Scramblers? That was fun. I know Doodle well. Well, yeah, I know Doodle. And then MotoJitsu, I've done some collabs in the past. Not a guy I like to hang around with. But he does his thing. Dirt biking would be fun, though. Dirt biking would be fun. Yeah. Let's get... What happened to our music? We lost our music. There we go. The olden days in the long ago. Let me double check something. Use your own hardware for police duty. Doesn't the force provide you with that? Okay. Arizona has so many dirt bike and trail. Yeah, there's so many here locally. There's I've been thinking kind of like a day in the life. I have like this whole setup. I just really like filming here at the office. I'll think more. We're going to get on this one. I'm going to think more about that. We're going to get on this video. Rajan, that's pretty much where I'm going. I think Bikes and Beards collab would be pretty awesome. Both have great beards. Both love Jesus and both, yeah, that might be good, Filmer. Or Filmers United, yeah. Guys, we got 94 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. We're going to get started. Here. Another thing is that if you guys do throw out questions, that would be good. Those are always good to kind of like riff off of. State Police Academy as well. Nice, Elad. Nice. So you guys, here's the thing. You guys are going to see on this channel me kind of like trying new things. Okay? I'm going to be trying new things. 2025 is about trying new things. It's not going to be the best production because I'm still trying it out. And then slowly when things start taking off, that's how I did. Go ahead and pause the music. That's how I started the crashes and close calls, is that I just tried it out and then it took off. But I tried out like probably 10 different things and then this one took off. And so I'm going to try out a couple things and see what takes off. Yeah. So motovlogging would be nice to see from Dan, seeing live the way people drive. But then again, this format is way safer. Yeah. Yeah, it is. A little bit safer. Yeah. All right, guys. We're going to just jump on this one. We're going to have fun with this one. I got my pen out. Let's see. Okay. We're going to skip a lot of the road rage stuff. We're going to kind of move through here. This is a brand new person, so who knows? Maybe they might not like it that I'm doing these reviews, and I'm going to have to deal with fair use and whatnot. I got a lawyer for that. That's fine. But we're going to be having some fun with this one. This guy likes to talk, so we're going to pretend that he's an assistant for all of this stuff. And so we're going to kind of jump into that. Motovlogs, they might be making a comeback. Who knows, right? They might be making a comeback. I do have some stories here and there, but they're almost like podcasts. That's not a bad idea. A writing podcast. That's not a bad idea. I'll play with that. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this one. This is from Swag Lab. So here we go. All right. All right, let's take a look at this one. It's from Swag Lab. Oh, geez.
A serious crash.
All right. So thank you, Swag Lab. That's the guy over there. But before we jump into this one, we're going to be talking about crashes and close calls utilizing the plan method. It's going to be covering you, buddy. But we do have a sale going on for the Smart Rider drills. This is 20 parking lot drills that you can do in a small parking lot and practice your slow speed stuff. Lots of fun stuff. Comes with a cone kit. 20% off right now. Link in description. Let's see what he has to say, though.
Happened if this guy hadn't steered in time.
Yeah, this wouldn't happen if you hadn't steered in time. Okay. Let's take a look at what happened, though. So we're coming up to an off-ramp, okay? We're going to make this off-ramp. We kind of shifted last second here. Now, there is somebody right in front of us. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. So we have this issue, okay? Part of planning your ride, okay, is positioning for safety, locating hazard situations. This on-ramp is hazardous situation, assess relevant threats. This looks like a relevant threat. We have to navigate around that. And so how do we navigate around something like this? Well, we have to do an escape. We have to swerve. We have to get ourselves out of here. Trying to slam the brakes is going to cause a problem. Trying to slow it down, we're still traveling at a high rate of speed, going to cause a problem. So he did find an escape, which is going to be right here. Now, this person maybe switched lanes. Okay, kind of scary, but we shouldn't have gotten there last second. If you really need to, go ahead and continue and then make the next exit, and you should be good to go. So we high-speed swerve. A little bit of a jerky movement. So what that happened there was that we slammed the brakes, caused a little bit of a discombobulation on the bike, and then we swerved out of the way. Pretty good. And then get ourselves back on there, and then we got a little bit of this. So Swag Lab here is going to give us some updates. He's going to tell us kind of like what's happening, but we're going to go over and talk a little bit more on top of what he's trying to say. So right here.
Myrtle when this guy was riding with his friends.
Okay, riding with his friends. Oh, somebody dumped the bike and then he hit the... Did he hit the sign? Looks like he hit the sign. Okay.
It seems that going too fast caused
Going too fast.
to fail to stop in.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Swag Lab. So going a little too fast. We basically crashed in the back of this person. There's the guy right there in the mirror. Not good. So when we're riding in a group, we do want to ride staggered. And we don't want to do like this craziness stuff, okay? So finding an escape, not good. He slammed the brakes.
When approaching the...
So right there, dumping the bike. So what's happening there is that we slammed that front brake, that front tire lost traction, and we fell in. So what we should be doing is progressive braking, where it's a nice, easy squeeze. Once you get a little bit of weight on the front tire, you can squeeze more and more and more. See, when we ride staggered, and we're actually staying staggered, we're able to swerve left and right. So if this person has a road surface hazard right here, he could swerve and not hit us, okay? So if we have a group where somebody's just like running into people, that's not good. So this guy should have been controlling his speed a little bit better, okay? So maybe he was distracted, whatever. The reason why he fell before an impact was because he slammed that front brake. So don't slam that front brake. So now we're going over here, and we talk about the Smart Rider principles. Part of it is rescuing other motorcyclists after a crash. So here's what we do. Okay, this person's going against traffic. Okay, kind of dangerous, but this person's on the ground. So first we got to remain calm, call 911, ensure our own safety, look for hazards like these cars coming at us, and if we can, stop any major bleeds. So we're going to come up to this person. Let's see what happens.
Luckily, no
The music is so
one was
dramatic.
hurt, but his GSX-S S750 was
The AI voice. Okay, so damage to the bike. We talk about mechanism of injury. This could easily happen to our body too. The damage here, the metal parts. We have fleshy parts.
wasn't so lucky.
All good. I'm all alive. I'm alive, bro.
Okay, so the person jumped the fence to help out.
I'm alive, bro. I'm alive.
Okay, cool. He's alive. We're gonna. Okay, please wear gear, girls. Please. This isn't enough gear. Oh, looks like an accident. We can skip some of this stuff. Okay, he's being arrested. We can skip some of that. All right, please wear some gear. So a motorcycle jacket, like I said, Smart Rider principles, acquire and use personal protective equipment. Please, please, please wear some gear just in case you fall and crash like that. Okay, we got blurred, but then we hit our knee and then our face and our shoulder. Okay. So the elbow, you have motorcycle gear, you have armor on the elbow, armor on the shoulder. We've seen this one before in the past. I know some of you guys are saying, you guys are watching all the old stuff. Oh, new rider. Okay, so balance here, everybody. Okay, so this happens to new riders, or it can happen to experienced riders after a long day of riding. You get kind of, kind of tired. So what you have here is a side stand. So before you start getting off the bike, make sure you put the side stand down, okay? So go ahead and swing that out. Once it hits that balance point, like it's balanced, but then once it starts to do this, it's gonna fall. It's like a 300 to 500, 600-pound bike, and if you got a big cruiser, it's even more. So once it does that, that's gonna happen, and then your ankle, that's why we wear gear, ankle could get smashed, okay? Oh, you guys saw that, right? Okay, so we talk about open lane patterns. We talk about patterns here on this channel. Part of it is to get you aware of what's happening here. So we have side of the vehicle pattern, which is intersections, right? And then we have open lane pattern where somebody wants to come into our lane. Now, why I call it an open lane pattern is because our lane is open, and then usually when vehicles are stuck behind other vehicles like this, they don't want to be behind this vehicle, so they switch lanes into that open lane. So when you witness this, go ahead and burn this in your memory. When you witness something like this, be super aware that they might switch into your lane. So ride staggered, okay, just like this. This person switches over, it's not going to hit us because we're riding staggered with other vehicles. And when they do this, we kind of accelerated, but when we do this, we're kind of stuck. So what can we do here? We can do an escape, okay? We can either apply the brakes. I wouldn't do that here. We could swerve left. We're going to hit the truck. So what we can do is maintain our speed or increase our speed, accelerate out of it, and then get in front of this car or stay in this lane and then slow it down because we're going higher than the speed of traffic at this one. But kind of scary. Watch out for that. Don't worry too much, but once you see those open lane patterns, you start to realize these things happen quite a bit.
I have no idea what happened that made the driver so angry at the motorcyclist.
Emotional regulation problems. Pretty much it. Okay. Clean up the beard a little bit. Having a bad day. Driving a little S10. Little dog right there. Look at that. Interesting. All right, let's move on. Whoa, okay. So we have an issue there. Can't do much about that. Part of me, Smart Rider is acquiring personal protective equipment just in case somebody like this hits you. Now, it's up to you. If they do crash,
The steering wheel.
you can help them out.
This guy, leaving him terrified.
It's up to you. Might want to check your pants after that one. Okay, there's that side of the vehicle pattern. Intersections are dangerous for motorcycle riders. So somebody's turning left in front of you, okay? You see the side of the vehicle here. So when we're coming up to intersections, we talk about the MTC awareness stages in the academy, and we do this all the time on these live streams, usually Thursdays. Today's Wednesday. is that when we're coming up to an intersection, we want to go into orange stage. We're prepped and ready for anything. Intersections, corners, open lane patterns, like anything that's going to give you that gut reaction of something bad could happen here. So we're prepped and ready. We're covering the front brake. We have our escape routes. We're looking through things. We're paying attention to anybody's going to turn in front of us. So, and we're also not speeding through intersections, because when we're speeding through intersections, it's going to be a lot harder to slow down and brake and maybe even stop if we had to. It's going to be harder to swerve if we're speeding. So coming up to an intersection at the speed limit, maybe a little bit under, kind of coast through it, perfectly good. That way you're covering the brakes and you can actually stop in time. So here we're just trying to like buy ourselves some time by applying the brakes, and then once they pass, we can go ahead and make that little swerve to the left and get out of it. Pretty scary situation.
All
right.
Past a truck on the right. It is extremely dangerous because
It is something. We have a line of sight issue right here. That's why it's extremely dangerous. It's a line of sight issue. If you did notice, we do have traffic in that right lane. See that truck in the right lane? So maybe that's what we're going to be running into. So be very careful about that. Don't always pass people super fast when we have a line of sight issue.
Dangerous because you could end up in the driver's blind spot.
Kind of like that. So apply the brakes, swerve off to the way. Good job with the swerve. Applied the brakes. Don't know why the guy did that. Maybe he was trying to stop on the shoulder. Doesn't really matter. You did a good job with that close call. All right, here we go. Wear some gloves, please.
Sportster Bobber
Harley Davidson.
was nearly destroyed after a motorcycle crash. And
Oh no! Anybody gonna pull out of the road? Oh no! Oh! All right. So what happened? First his hands. This is why we wear gloves. Okay, our hands gonna get ripped up.
High speed caused the motorcyclist's rear wheel to suddenly lock up.
Okay, rear wheel suddenly locked up. So usually on like older Harleys, they don't have the ABS. So when you lock up your tires, it's because you're applying too much brake pressure, locks the tires, and then it starts to slide. Especially when in a turn, if it starts to slide, it's going to slide out from underneath you, okay? It's going to slide out from, it's like running really fast on wet grass with like skate shoes, and then you try to slam your feet down and stop, you're just going to slide, and then you're going to fall. That's why you have to kind of like, kind of stop like that. So we're coming up to here. And what happened, so our handlebars are in line with the motorcycle. We're doing fine. The moment he slams that rear brake, you see how the handlebars are still kind of going straight, but then that rear side is kind of sliding out like a fishtail. It's fishtailing. That's what's happening, okay? So we're having tire traction loss right here. And once we lost traction, we panicked a little bit. Maybe you released the brake and it gained traction, so that's why we're doing this. And then we just dumped the bike because he probably re-slammed it, maybe slammed the front brake, and then we fell down. And this is why we wear gloves, because our hands are going to get ripped up, and you're going to ruin all your tattoos. And the bike's damaged, not very good, and he's still safe. Thanks for putting that up there, Swag Lab.
Braking hard at high speed caused the motorcyclist's rear wheel to suddenly lock up.
Thank you. Yeah. So don't slam that rear brake.
As a reminder to always maintain a
Don't
safe
slam it.
speed.
He's got a beard there.
Be
That's pretty
prepared
cool.
for unexpected obstacles. Braking hard can lead to a disaster.
Yes, it can, but I just explained why. Oh, a little side of the vehicle. Zip up your jackets, ladies. I get it. I mean, you're having the camera right there. I get it. You want to show everything. I get it. But if you don't zip up that jacket and you do crash, it's just going to open up. And then now you're going to get all of this, and it might rip off the jacket off your arm. You're going to get road rash here. Zip up the jacket, please. Please. Okay. Good swerve. Okay, so we're having an issue here, right? Once again, intersections, corners, and everything is going to be that orange stage. We're prepped and ready for things. And guess what? Off-ramps, on-ramps are considered intersections because we're going to have traffic that's going to go on and off. So we see this right here. We either can take the exit to be absolutely safe because it's an escape, or we can do what they did. Use the gore zone. Watch out for these rumble strips. It's a little freaky, but maintain your swerve. And then now that we swerved out of the way, if we just maintained our direction, we're going to hit this. We have to swerve back, okay? So your focal vision, needs to be looking over here. Okay, so target fixating versus target fixating on this. If you target fixate on that, you're going to crash into it. So you got to target fixate on your solution. Okay.
The guy riding the Hawk 250 was confused when he experienced road rage for the first time.
Okay, so road rage. Don't participate. That's the key on a lot of these road rage things. Just don't participate. Once you participate, it escalates. Let them be freaking out. Let them freak out. That's it. Let them be in front of you, because if they're behind you, they're going to hit you.
What did I do?
Yeah, we don't need to deal with this. We don't need to deal with this. He's a little angry man. Ooh,
Please check.
his bike's upside down. Okay. Let's move on.
You got me, then flip my bike over.
Do you need help getting your bike out?
All right, person's applying the brakes. Good swerve. Okay, so I don't like
Your bike out?
when people do this. Okay, it's not good. Flow of traffic. Keep moving. So when you see something like this, why do they have brake lights when they're supposed to be going? Kind of like a weird thing. Orange staged. We're kind of like, what's going on here? What's going on, right? We're in good position right now. When you position, you have an escape route, good line of sight, good space cushion. Now we're locating hazard situations. What is that? That's weird. Is it a relevant threat? Yeah, they're stopped in our lane. I don't like this. How do we navigate this? First, we can slow down. We could do some good progressive braking to like kind of get with them, right? Or, we pay attention because we didn't, see it. Okay, I got to swerve. But now we have this guy turning left. We can't get swerved back in our lane, so we have to swerve around them all. Okay, so two things. We could have done exactly this or stopped behind the car. It's up to you. It's up to you. But good job with the swerve. Got yourself out of there.
Nice, man.
Okay, he accidentally hit this
Oh,
engine
no.
start.
The guy didn't realize his mistake until the motorbike started slowing down.
Wait, did he hit the engine start?
King Christ, man.
So that's the electric start. Okay, this is the electric start. That usually doesn't do anything when you're riding. So I'm wondering what this bike does. Okay, so you get on the bike, you turn on the key, you're in neutral, whatever, and you do that. Not a big deal. It's usually this button. If you accidentally click that button, that's what turns off the bike. Like in the electric, like the engine, it turns off the engine. So his electrical system should still be running, but the red is what turns off the bike, and that's good for emergency situations. I'm wondering why this one messed him up. That's interesting. Because you see him like, what's happening? I don't got any power.
The guy didn't realize his mistake until the motorbike started slowing down.
So then he goes to the engine shut off. And now it's shut off. See, he must have accidentally... Maybe he before the camera started. This is a good example, right? Maybe before it started, he accidentally hit that, and then he tries to do that. Because then when he actually solves the problem, because he's going down in speed.
No. The guy didn't realize his mistake until the motorbike started slowing down.
Now the bike has power. And he has to start it back up. There it is. You're going to want to downshift to first at this speed. Or do some good friction zone. So yeah, kind of a weird situation, beginner move. If it happens to you, just kind of pull off to the side, do some troubleshooting.
The reckless driver crossed a double yellow line and collided with another car that was also crossing it.
Oh, geez. Okay. So when you see something like that, maintain a good space cushion, because if they do crash or they act like idiots, you have enough of a space cushion to make an adjustment. Okay, so exactly. He had a good space cushion, was able to swerve out of the way. So good job.
What you get, you f***ing idiot. Well, that wasn't very smart of you.
You can't park here.
I'm not the one that got hit.
Okay, so we're going to move on.
there a reason why you're...
Noticing the driver
Okay, I don't really care about road rage.
Come on, you think you're faster than me?
All right, here we go. What do we got here?
His phone while driving. The motorcyclist calmly reminded him to
Don't care about that. It's not your job. It's not your job. Let's turn off these alerts. All right. Oh, a little bit of a lane filtering. Uh-oh. A little bit of a road rage. Don't really care about that. All right, we're going through. Oh, side of the vehicle. We just talked about that. Side of the vehicle. Pretty scary situation. What do we do here? We're going to have to swerve. We have to swerve. Being able to stop in time is going to be tough. But if you notice, it was a line of sight issue. Let's go ahead and get out of that. It was a line of sight issue. We couldn't see much. This is why line of sight is very, very important, okay? So positioning yourself a little bit off to the left so we have better line of sight. And we can see that. They can't see us because of that vehicle. We can't see them because of that vehicle. And so when we kind of come up to these things, this is going to be an urban setting type problem. Don't you see that? Swerve. Okay, you have to be quick. Thankfully, they saw it ahead of time and stopped.
sudden collision with another motorcyclist.
Uh-oh.
At a checkpoint taught both riders a value.
We've seen this one before. Wasn't paying attention. It was red for us, and we went through.
Comment below to share what you think these two riders learned.
What did they learn, everybody? Write in the comments. Right, Swag Lab? Write in the comments there. All right, lots of brake lights.
The motorcyclist wasn't paying attention, leaving him regretting it.
Oh, he's still safe, though. Okay, so paying attention is very, very important. So when we're riding at night, lots of different hazards, low visibility, lots of different brake lights. Can't really tell. Our headlights aren't doing the greatest, okay? You can tell everyone else's headlights are doing great. Ours isn't, so you might have to adjust your headlights differently. Not paying attention.
When the motorcyclist wasn't paying attention.
Kind of a jump cut there. So not paying attention, probably concerned about this person crossing over. And this is why positioning for safety is really important and looking ahead because you're traveling. So you need to be paying attention ahead of you. Look at this stuff. Kind of zoned out. Kind of zoned out.
Leaving him regretting it.
It can happen. This is why we wear full gear just in case. That's going to be really bad for the pelvis.
Stop. Yeah. She stopped over there. We'll come here.
Okay, the music is
Biden.
dramatic. What's up, Solid Snake? How you doing? All right, so we're lane filtering. Okay, I don't care. All right, side of the cyclist. Okay, don't really care. All right, maybe it's a one-way road. We have issues with that. It's okay, whatever. We're not gonna fight this because they're gonna win. They're gonna win, so there's no real reason to fight this. Just be a cooperative rider. Get yourself off to the side. Get around them. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. So let's see what happens here. Because now it's like you can't really do anything. You could have made it through.
The Yamaha XJ6.
That Yamaha? What? What'd you say?
J6.
What'd you say?
Yamaha X.
Yamaha. Yamaha. Yahama. Yahama.
The Yamaha XJ.
Yamaha. Yahama. Okay.
6 unexpectedly encountered an issue and collided with the guardrail. Fortunately, the motorcycle remained safe.
Orange stage. We're going through corners. Went a little too fast. The Yamaha. All right, a little bit too fast. Wasn't paying attention. Went towards the guardrail. So let's take a look at this. Instead of going through and focusing on that, okay, as us, I like to focus on this. I like to see if there's any road surface hazards. I go back to this. I check for road surface hazards. I go back to this. Check for road surface hazards. Go back to this. I'm constantly looking forward, looking back, looking forward, looking back, looking forward, looking back, looking forward, looking back. Because I'm trying to not hit road surface hazards, but I'm keeping my target fixation on my exit. That's what we should be doing. Nice and easy, slow. If we start speeding up, we're going to start going towards the outside, which is towards the guardrail. Also, what you don't really notice too much is that we do have issues with the sun coming out. Okay, around that corner, perfectly fine. All of a sudden, the sun hits you, you're like, ugh, and it messes you up, okay? So be aware of that if you're a new rider. Thankfully, he didn't crash too hard. He's walking, wounded, not a big deal. He's going to be a little stuck there. He's got some engine guards. That's good. Make sure everyone's safe. No one gets hit by another car. All right, pulling up into...
Just a routine traffic check by the patrol officer who thought the motorcyclist was speeding. However...
Okay. Here we go. Oh, doggos. Careful, they can bite. They can bite. So find that escape, juke them out a little bit, and then accelerate out of there. Let's see what happens here. Go, accelerate, go, go. Go, 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 go. Go. Don't shut off the engine. You gotta get yourself out of there. They will bite you. They will bite. All right, having some fun. Looks like an e-bike.
You okay?
Oh, maybe not an e-bike.
The guy got off track during the dirt motorbike race and crashed into a tree.
Okay, I wouldn't be concerned about that. I'd be concerned more about this guy.
You okay?
Hey, you can go. I don't want you to run your race.
I'll run back up there and grab somebody.
My dad's on a red pit mark.
All right, just don't fall backwards. I'll run back up and get someone.
Good for him.
Move too much. So you feel...
It doesn't really matter about the...
All right, just hang on.
Doesn't really matter about the race. He went to rescue him. Very good. Very good.
Luckily, he wasn't seriously injured.
Sounds like an e-bike.
The pothole in the road caused the guy to fall. Unfortunately, the motorcycle sustained minor...
Nice non-tats. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so we're on a little scooter. Probably hit a road surface hazard here. Wear some gear. You're going to have some road rash on those arms.
The wedding as a budget. What the is
Oh,
going
a
on?
little side of the vehicle. Good job. A little pucker factor. Get yourself out of there.
I should
Gotta get yourself out. Accelerate out of there.
This
Listen to better
driving
music
floor
too.
Demonstrates just
Okay, right here. Perfect. Yeah, the black keys. Not a... they're okay. They're okay.
I should have paid
I'm
more
going to try to pause it right here. So open lane pattern. This person switched in front of us because they were stuck behind that white truck.
This driving
They didn't like
floor
it.
Demonstrates just how crucial it is. to
Open
use
lane pattern.
signals for everyone's safety.
Okay. Simple. Lane filtering, watch out. The only thing we can do is accelerate or decelerate. Someone's coming into our lane. They wasn't paying attention on the phone. Accelerate out of there. Accelerate out of there. Oh, newbie mistake, lost balance. Not a big deal. He's got engine guards. Turn off the
Maintaining
bike.
balance in sport bikes is crucial, especially for female riders. Be careful and choose a motorbike that suits you better.
Especially for female riders. Okay.
The forest rangers caught this guy and his friend while they were
Looks like snow. So traction issues. Okay, so when it comes to snow, rain, gravel, a bunch of different road surface hazards that are going to be an issue, your rear tire is going to spin to start if you give it too much throttle. Same thing if you apply too much brake too soon, it's not going to grip the ground because you're going to have some stuff in between you and the ground, your tires in the ground. So your acceleration needs to be a little bit slower to start, and your braking needs to be a little bit slower. So what that means, especially for the braking, is that you need to be able to use more total stopping distance. So you need to start braking sooner, and you need to start accelerating a little bit slower, especially at stoplights and stuff like that. So let's see what happens here. Turning is going to be an issue too.
a layer of snow on the asphalt caused this guy's wheel
The asphalt.
to skid. Is there a way to reduce the chances of this happening?
Eyvallah. Ben de şurada düştüm abi.
Okay, so we already talked about that.
Neydi onun adı?
She's still safe. Okay. What caused that, everybody? Ooh, hand issues, full gear, very nice.
So tall.
They don't really show too much. Good squat form, by the way. So a little too wide in the corner, going a little too fast. Target fixation, Ragnicus. Yes. So we're going through the corner instead of looking through at this right here. Maybe going a little too fast. Like, oh crap, I'm starting to go a little bit wide. Oh no, oh no. And then you start looking at one of these things. And then guess what's happening? You're going to start going towards one of these things. So when you start doing this right here, and when you start doing that, go ahead and put your eyes from here back to your exit. And then you're going to start to be able to make that corner. So slow it down. Look where you want to go. Slow it down. Look where you want to go. Probably wrist issue. Yeah. All right, a little off-roading. Happens. We're riding on a street bike. I feel like I'm watching one of those Ukraine videos where it has like they're about to bomb you. Don't really care about road rage stuff. We're gonna skip some of that. All right, having some fun. What happened? Nice little U-turn. You can practice your U-turns with the Smart Rider drills. Bike started up. All right. I don't know what happened there. Let's see what happens. Okay. What do you think is going to happen here? Going through a corner, maybe a little bit of a low side. Some gravel right there. Oh, no, we went off-road. Very dangerous, going a little too fast in the corner for this person's skill set. So how do you rescue them? Okay, not much you can do there.
It seems the road was too challenging for a new motorcyclist like him, and he struggled to get through.
Looks like a nice little road, especially on a little adventure bike right here. When in doubt, throttle it out. When in doubt, throttle it out. Give it some speed. Some speed is good. Some speed is good. Okay. All right, so lane filtering. Like I said, one of the problems with lane filtering is that you're not going to be able to swerve left or swerve right. All you can do is accelerate or decelerate. So progressive braking or acceleration out of these things. Typically what happens is a vehicle is going to come into your lane. So watch out for big open spaces like this. Okay? People will go into that spot. Maybe we'll see something a little bit sooner.
Aluminum bars can pose a danger.
That's
to
copper.
drivers, thanks to the motorcyclist who stepped in to help remove this potential hazard.
A little copper. Yeah, and do it slow, no more than 5 to 10 miles per hour faster than the flow of traffic. And if it's stopped, okay, we're just, oh. U-turn practice, guys. Practice your U-turns. Once again, we do have a sale going on, 20% off. Bunch of different drills. Lots of fun. You're going to learn a lot from it. Get it? Go Practice 20 is the discount code. Let's see what happens here. Didn't make the U-turn, so right at the very end, applied the brakes, handlebars returned, applied the brakes, we fell in that way. So if you are getting to a point where you can't make that turn right here, because that curb's in the way, you run out of road, straighten the handlebars and apply the brakes. Don't apply the brakes like this because you're going to fall in. So unless you put your foot down, you're ready for it. Make sure you straighten up those handlebars and apply the brakes to stop. And then you can kind of paddle walk, 16-point turn it, whatever it is you need to do. But if you can practice those U-turns, you might not have this problem.
Failing a U-turn might not be all that unusual for motorcyclists. Keep practicing and focus on fixing your mistakes.
Yeah.
Eventually, you will get it right.
You pick one up now.
Grab yourself a drill booklet.
Yeah, it's in fucking Frisbee too. That's wild.
Is that what you're going there to get? I want to marry a sad VTuber. Sad girl VTuber. Okay. Interesting. Broken Beast? All right. So emerging issue typically happens. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and move on. Oh, running a red light. Very scary, especially if you're going to be the one that's going to get hit or the pedestrians. So So we're coming up here. We're riding on the road. Open lane pattern. They might want to switch over. That person
blow out, ripping part of the bumper with it. It seems the driver was unaware of the danger. Fortunately, no one was injured before.
Seems like they're kind of aware once they pulled over. So when you see something like that, tire blew out, ripped off the bumper. Slow down yourself. Allow them to get ahead of you and kind of get off, because they're going to be knocking up some road surface hazards, some debris at you. You want to be able to have enough of a space cushion so you can swerve out of the way of these things. You don't want to be around this. You don't want to be around this. Let them get off.
The car's tires
So
blew out, ripping part
slow
of
it
the
down,
bumper with
slow it
It
down.
seems the
You don't want a
driver
piece of
was
rubber
unaware
hitting you in
of
the
danger.
face.
Fortunately, no one was injured before the car came to a stop.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Oh, wet road, wet road, wet road. Panicking a little bit. Found the escape. Found the escape.
That terrifying moment when the guy lost control right in front of an oncoming car.
So it looks like it's, I want to say like snowy, like maybe ice on the road. So we're having issues here. Pretty scary. Just start coasting. Try your best to maintain small movements to keep yourself in that. Maybe apply a little bit of rear brake, a little bit of front brake, but just a little bit, just to slow you down just a little bit. But you're going to have some traction issues. And this is why, as a smart rider, we wear full gear just in case it happens. You don't want to be in a position where, hey, I'm starting to lose control of the bike, but I don't have gear. So now you're having lots of issues here. Pretty scary, but he handled it well. Didn't panic too much. He found the escape.
Oh, God.
And he maintained an escape path.
When the guy lost control right in front of an
Very
oncoming
good.
car.
Okay, we're going to low side. Okay, so what a low side is that we're going through a corner. We leaned a little bit too far, and we lost traction on those tires, and then we fell down. We fell down. That's what a low side is. So what can happen there is road surface hazard, poor tire maintenance, leaning too far, too much acceleration, too much braking in the corner. There's a lot of different problems that go on with this, but mainly it's that you're leaning super far down. So don't lean so far down. How do you prevent that? Go at a regular speed where you're kind of more upright.
Never forget to equip yourself with good protective gear if you're riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's crucial because it helps you avoid
Wear
slips.
gear, guys, just in case, because that right there does not look like it's fun.
It's going.
There goes the bike.
Oh no, it looks like my guy
Looks like my guy. Yeah, that's not a good
planned
situation.
on riding through here.
All right, so uncommon thing, a little headlight in front of you. Good job with the progressive braking. Let them out.
Nah, you good, man.
You continue moving on. Oh, a little bit of a road rage. Got very close. Go ahead and roll up the throttle. Let them do the dumb stuff in front of you. If they crash, you don't want to crash in front of, like, with them. Somebody passing you, not a big deal. Let them go.
And then you can brake check me, you jerk. Welcome to the blooper reel app.
Okay. Okay, somebody pulling out in front of you, side of the vehicle. Just let them in. Switch lanes. Just switch lanes, everybody.
Be proactive and slow down if there's a car ahead. Turn in into the main lane to ensure your own safety.
You okay? Yeah. You need help, man?
The guy immediately
Okay. Yeah, good job helping him. That's nice.
Let's get you on the road, yeah.
Okay, merging areas, guys. That's going to be an orange state situation. We got to be paying attention to that.
Let's get you on the road, yeah.
You couldn't see much because of the line of sight issue, but once we get into something like this, instead of rev bombing, switch lanes. Just switch lanes. Accelerate yourself out of there. Just do that. Don't worry about rev bombing. Okay, so merging in front of you. You have to find your escape through there. Rev bombing doesn't help. So what you're doing with rev bombing is you're pulling the clutch and you're giving it throttle. You're removing all power to the rear wheel. You're removing yourself out of there. Okay, like you can't do anything. You can't accelerate. You let go of the clutch, you're going a little nuts. It's harder to swerve because you don't really have power to direct you. It's just, don't rev bomb.
Okay, my fault.
Good to see everyone being polite to each other. Keep it that way, everyone.
Okay, yeah, keep it that way. All right, Yamaha Joe, okay. Found an escape, wasn't going too nuts. Very good. If we're speeding through, we'd have an issue. Seems like a one-way road almost. I think we're having problems here. Side of the pedestrian. There's the side of the car. Oh, that's one of the big problems with escapes. So we're coming up through here. It's trying to find the escape. And we have this issue right here. Hits the mirror, breaks the mirror. Got very lucky. Very lucky. This is just chaos. That was kind of our fault. We hit the car. Okay, sheriff. See what happens here.
This guy exceeded the limit and was stopped by the police. Let's check it out.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't care about police encounters. I mean, it's nice to be helpful too, but we're here for motorcycle training.
Thanks.
Honestly, just no reason, just to
Alright. I think that's gonna be the end of that. Thank you so much, Swag Lab. Oh my gosh. Alright. I'm so small. Alright. It's just us, guys. It's just us, not recording. It's just us. I think what I was discussing before we started, I think it's time to do something else. Ugh. I think you know what? Let's go to my room. All right. Just give me a second. Yeah, we got to do something different. We got to do something different. Guys, let's brainstorm. You know, just hang out. Let's just hang out. We got to do something different. I was feeling it at the beginning. I thought I could make that work. Content-wise. What's up, Russell? We gotta do something different. I think when MotoStars actually puts out videos, I think when he puts out videos that we'll do MotoStars videos, but crash and compilation videos and reviews, I think it's dead. It's dead. It's dead. I think it's DED dead. I do. I have something else in mind. Yeah, Harry, they've been kind of like stopped. Like they used to do 3 or 4 videos a week, and now it's like 1 a week, if that. Which is fine. Which is fine. Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's my next thing. We're gonna do motovlogs. Exactly. I made motorcyclists too safe, no crash videos. We're gonna do motovlogs. But it's educational. All right, let's brainstorm. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna get my little journal out. Go ahead and do that. Do a little brainstorming, boom, boom. I really gotta pee too. Moto vlog idea. Here we go. All right. We're not even gonna play that second video. I don't even want to edit the other one. All right. All right. I don't need you to help me write. Get out of here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do a moto vlog idea. There we go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's make this 20. Bold U. I like to do bullets. Let's do this. Let's do. All right. Writing. Start there. Topic. Start there. Length. Start there. Structure. Let's do that. Well, thank you, Mark. We're going to still do that. So let's do this then. Let's do this. Content ideas. Let's do that. I like open sands. Let's do this. So we got live stream. We have newsletter. We have podcast. We have training videos. Let's do smart rider principles. So we have motorcycle training. Actually, let's do this. Rider training, gear, rescue, mentor. We can get rid of mentor. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Situational awareness. We have motorcycle operation, helmets, jackets and pants, boots and gloves, major bleeds, assessment, scene safety. Look at that. Here we go. All right. So, live stream. Usually crash after action reviews, but let's do this. This is a community engagement, newsletter, informational, podcast, informational. All right. So I like to combine these two since these are informational. Podcast/newsletter. There we go. Okay. All right. Motovlog idea. Let's do this. Motovlog. What's a motovlog, everybody? Hey, I'll show you Stella. Let's see. I'll show you Stella. We're just having a brainstorm session right now. You want to see Stella? Let's go and take a look at Stella. There you go. There's Stella. She's on my bed. All right. There we go. All right. All right, here we go. Motovlog idea. We're just doing this right now. This is how I do things. Motovlog idea. How about this? Instead of a motovlog idea, let's just make a comment. This is the podcast. Also the newsletter. Also writing. All right, so there is the comment. So boom, boom, boom. So that means we can have rider training. We can have podcast, newsletter. Let's make it 15 minutes. Structure. Let's figure out structure. Whee! All right. Structure. Here we go. First off, topic, intro, writing. Let's go ahead and make this new page. I like to call it raw DDFM. What does raw DDFM mean? Ride along with Dan the Fireman. All right. Structure delusional. Sounds nasty. Yeah. Raw DDFM. Okay, what's the topic? Intro, topic. What do we do when we go ride? Well, we discuss the topic, ride to a destination. So that's the reward. And then let's break it up a little bit. So how about this? Let's go ahead and copy that. Let's do training. And then raw DDFM, ride to destination reward. Okay. Training break. Smart rider games. Right? Set up some cones. Yeah, it's Missy. Like this is the part of the educational part where it's like it's gotta be fun. So let's do 2 drills. Let's do 4 drills. This will be about 10 minutes. Okay. So we'll do... I can see you guys are still here. Not a lot of you guys, but some of you guys. Let's do 5 tips. Discuss the topic. 3 tips. 2 tips. Let's do this. Actually, let's do this. All right. Raw opinion for something, and that's the thing is like when I'm writing, because like right now, very structured, right? If I was reading off a thing and I'm sitting in the office, it's very structured. When I'm writing, it's kind of off the cuff, and that's how I used to do ride along with Dan and the Fireman. Okay. This is just kind of giving you the structure, because there's also the content production side of things. So, in fact, let's go ahead and pick something here. I have plenty of topics. Let's do... All right. So I made a lot of these back in the day. Here we go. Not in this live stream, Ghost. All right. So just so you know, this isn't going to be like what I'm going to be saying on this, but like this is kind of the idea. Okay, After the Ride podcast, the article. All right, so let's say I'm out riding. So I'm out riding. All I have is like these top things here. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit better so I can easily pick it apart. So I'm out riding and be like, okay, assume other drivers don't see you and be prepared. Hey, what's up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here. We're out here going to be riding. We're going to go ahead and go to Nico's Burritos, and I'm going to get myself a breakfast burrito. But on the way there, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about how to avoid motorcycle accidents. Let's go for a ride. And so then I'll start off, be like, first of all, assume other drivers don't see you and just be prepared for their mistakes, okay? So here's the thing, is you have to stay visible. So how do you stay visible? You're going to have to get some gear. I like having a white helmet. It's going to help you kind of stand out in front of traffic. Also, a moving target really does keep you visible. So instead of just staying in one lane position, kind of hiding off in the blind spots, you're going to want to make your presence known by actually moving around just a little bit, maybe even gesturing, kind of like what I'm doing here on the bike. Also, using your lights a little strategically. So you're coming up to an intersection, go ahead and flash your high beams back and forth just a little bit. Just a little bit, maybe move and present yourself, kind of have a good time. It's like, hey, we're coming up to this intersection. Watch me do this right now. Watch me do this right now. And then boom, 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 I do it, right? Also, guys, what you want to do is maintain a space cushion so that you are actually seen, but then also it gives you, because we're talking about plan method, we want to position yourself for safety. We're looking for space cushions, escape routes, good line of sight, is that you're going to be able to keep your distance. You're going to be able to have enough total stopping distance because you're going to have to react. First, you have to perceive. You're going to have to react, and then you're going to have to start applying the brakes. Also, having it on all sides is actually really important because it allows you to swerve left or swerve right. So you might have to adjust your lane positioning, just like what I'm doing right here. Let me show you. Boom, 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 and I do that, right? Okay. And then if traffic is slowing down in front of you, what you're going to have to do is start rolling off the throttle and then slow down with it to maintain that space cushion. But if it's going a little too slow for you, go ahead and do a head check and then move off to the side. Let me show you how to do that. And then I do that. And then when it comes to, we're going to do three. And then use your mirrors frequently to stay. And I'm going to be talking a lot if I was on the bike. Frequently to stay aware of your surroundings. Okay, guys? So you're going to have to do regular checks. And what I like to do when I'm riding around is I don't like to just stay focused ahead of me and like 5 minutes later, I've never checked my mirrors. What I like to do is I do a quick check on the left. I look forward, I look right. And sometimes I'll even do a head check, mirror, straight, mirror, head check. And this gives me like this understanding, this visual of, hey, there's nobody around me. I notice there's no traffic behind me. There's no one to my sides. But so if there is something in front of me that's going to pop up like a road surface hazard, a pothole, I can swerve and still be confident enough to know that nobody was off to my left or my right. And you could do this in your car. So practice it in your car. If your mirrors are pointed directly at you, make sure before you get on the bike, go ahead and move those mirrors just a little bit. But be very careful about those blind spots because you're not going to be able to see, and that's what the head checks are for. And also, one cool thing about always checking your mirrors, and I do this every about 30 seconds to a minute, is that you're going to be aware. So when we talk about the MTC awareness stages, being zoned in versus being zoned out, highway hypnosis is a big problem. So when you're constantly checking and keeping yourself oriented to the situation, you're going to stay more alert. You're definitely going to stay more alert. Hey, I'm coming up to a parking lot right here. What I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and practice some of the Smart Rider games, and I'll be seeing you guys real quick. And so then, boom, I'm going to go ahead and turn off cameras, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go ahead and go to the parking lot. I'm going to do 4 drills, a whole new video, and then I'm going to come back, stop those videos, or stop the cameras, restart the cameras, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to get right back into this. And be like, all right, guys, let's go ahead and get that burrito. All right, so we're going to be extra cautious at intersections. Please watch out for turning vehicles. Left turners are extremely dangerous when it comes to motorcycle riders. So typically when we're coming up to that, they don't see us. They can't judge our speed. So we have to expect that they might actually come out. So when we're coming up to an intersection, go into orange stage, be a little prepped and ready. Just in case. So we're covering the front brakes, we're finding our escape paths, we're keeping an eye on those tires of those people turning in front of us, And it's not just left turners. Watch out for the right turners. You never know. We do have the right of way with those left turners and those right turners, especially if we have a green light, but still, it really doesn't matter. Okay, our safety is in our hands. So if they do pop out, hopefully we can apply some good progressive braking to allow them to actually make it through. It's going to buy ourselves some time, because if they don't make it through, at least we're going to hopefully find a gap to be able to make it through that gap. So make sure you understand your swerving and your braking. So practice in a parking lot. We just did a little bit of that in the Smart Rider games and the drills right there. So if you want to check that out, that's going to be a whole new video. But yeah, let's go. We're almost there at the burrito place. So boom, I park, about to get a burrito, right? So now I'm parked. So first we're going to have to avoid riding in blind spots, okay? We don't want to be riding in blind spots. We have to position ourselves. That's the whole point of the plan method, is that we're positioning for safety. If we're in a blind spot, this is a hazardous situation. So is it a relevant threat? Not right now, because they're not moving into our lane, but we might have to navigate if we are in those blind spots. So what I like to do when I'm out riding is I like to ride staggered. So ride staggered when it comes to riding in traffic. I like to pretend all the other cars, all the other vehicles are part of my group ride, okay? So when I'm doing that, if they switch lanes in front of me, not a big deal. We're riding staggered. So I don't like to be in blind spots. So let's say you catch yourself that you are in a blind spot. So if you are in a blind spot, roll off the throttle or accelerate out of it. Now, if you're already going the speed limit and you accelerate out of it, you're going over the speed limit, you're going to have a problem there probably. So just go ahead and roll off the throttle. Roll off the throttle, get yourself to a staggered position, and then maintain the appropriate speed there. Not a big deal. And then also communicate your intentions. It's something very important. So what you're doing is that you're getting up there, so then get a little bit further. Stay out of the blind spot. Maybe get side by side so the driver sees you in the peripheral vision. So do that. Maybe move around a little bit, like we talked about with using positioning to get yourself more aware, right? You want to be able to position yourself and stay visible. And then if you need to, use your lights strategically, like we talked about in tip number 1. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and grab this burrito. I like to get a breakfast burrito whenever I come to Nico's Taco Shop. You know, bacon, potato, egg, cheese. Nice little gut bomb. I'm going to have to go home and take a dump now. I don't know. That's going to be the video. That would be the video right there. I enjoy it. That's 2 videos, by the way. So that's like kind of like the ride along. But the whole time, see how it's like hard to visualize right here? It's very hard to visualize because I'm just speaking to the camera. And so when I'm out actually riding, I'm doing those things that I'm explaining. Like I'm going to put myself in the position and like show you how I stay visible. I'm going to show you how I'm going to use my light strategically. I'm going to show you how a good space cushion and distance really is, and how I do those head checks, and how I'm going to put myself in a position to adapt to those traffic conditions. I'm going to show you how I do those mirrors, like, you know, adjusting the mirrors, doing all the blind spot stuff. I'm going to show you me going through a couple intersections. I'm going to show you how I'm doing all that stuff. And then same thing here. I'm going to put myself in a blind spot when I'm saying, hey, I'm rolling off the throttle or I'm accelerating out of it. Put myself in those peripheral vision of everything. Communicate my intentions and all that stuff. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So it's not just, hey, I'm talking about it. I'm going to show you how to do it. This will be the newsletter too. It's kind of a podcast. I stop halfway through to do the Smart Rider games and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Live is much easier because I can do all that. Yeah, that's why, like, see that's a great, Ivan. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is that one ride right here, right? One ride. That's 2 videos, educational videos, and then it's also a newsletter. Yeah, yeah. Pre-educational is too much, and this is just one of those things because, like, I also have. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, like, there's a whole bunch. So this is just the motovlog idea. This is just the motovlog idea. I do have that community aspect of like doing the games, so the game stuff's gonna be a lot of fun. And then also I have more of like an in-class type teaching type thing where I do have the dummy where I can do the rescue stuff for everybody. Yeah, I think, and then like structuring this to where I'm including it into the live stream. So the live stream is not just live, it's pre-recorded and live. I find it interesting that a lot of corporate training videos use bad examples to gain more attention from their viewers and showcase exactly what not to do and then what to do. That's exactly what I was doing here with the crashes and close calls. Yeah. Yeah, it's Missy. Yeah, it's a tough thing to do, and I've been doing it for a long time, so I know I can do it. It's just it's a little frustrating here and there, but like these, there's gonna be a lot of parking lot stuff. I mean, this is just like one thing. So there's, in fact, let's go back up to here. Let's go back up to here. Let's do. All right, content. Types of content. Okay. Motovlog in class lesson. Parking lot lesson. Oh, I'm hungry. Newsletter. Yeah, the mod 2 stuff, that'd be a good idea. It's Missy, exactly. So, let's do this. Smart Rider Games. All right. Let's do this. In-class lesson. So this would be like rescue. Yeah, so this would just be like straight up lessons. Cannonball. All right, I gotta pee really bad. Guys, these live streams, you know how they go. You guys watch streamers. Sometimes they just kind of go off topic, start hanging out, start having fun, start brainstorming some things. But like a lot of these things, like the gear, like this is easily an in-class lesson. This is easily an in-class lesson. This is easily a parking lot lesson. This is easily you know what I mean? So it's 3 different kinds of content and then combine all live stream. Jeremiah, thank you. Yeah, it is what it is. It's just hanging out, spending time with each other. You guys are at work or sitting at home or taking a dump, one of those things, and we're just kind of hanging out. At work we're just so slow. Yeah. And same here. I have something I got to do. I have to leave like in 4 hours for something. I got to take a tinkle, and then I got some packages to do. Some of you guys are ordering some stuff. The sale's going on right now. Yeah, and this is the thing is we're pivoting. We're pivoting a little bit because the crashes and close calls, it is what it is, but I think once you start realizing you're getting a little bored of it, that's when the content and I've gotten bored here and there, and I've pivoted a few things and just kind of moving around. So all these things require basically on the bike. So you're going to see more of me on the bike. That's really what it is. Hey, Jeremiah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. But this is kind of like what I do. Yeah, golf. Yeah. Might do some golf stuff, but there's also like, you know, got to keep it educational and some of that stuff. So, and then everything here is based off of the educational content that I've created over the years. So it's all like me. It's all stuff that I've created. So I'm pretty excited about it. You know, major bleeds assessment, scene safety. That's really something I can easily do for you guys. The rider training. So like this is just like the free YouTube stuff. So there's also the structure that I have for the academy, also for the book. And so basically I'll be teaching you guys the book. Like once the book is done and it's moving along. Once the book is done, I'm creating the videos so that I can have the QR codes for the book pages. And then after that, I'm just teaching the book over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But then having it more fun, because I think the motovlogs are the fun part. The in-class lessons, I can make them fun. The parking lot sessions, I can make them fun. And then the live stream stuff is what we're doing here and combining it all and then just making it fun. So we're going to make it fun because you know what? We're all having a good time. We're all pretty fun people here. But man, do I got to pee. So I'll be seeing you guys later. I don't know if today's video is going to even go up. I was just kind of having fun with you guys. I really want to get these games, the Smart Rider games, and compete with you guys. I think that'd be fun. I'm doing the potty dance right now. You're right. I really want to do these games with you guys because that's like where we all interact with each other. That's where we do like you guys sending your videos and then I'm like competing against you guys. You know what I mean? So I really want to get that going. Lots of work. I think me kind of being stuck on the live streams, I think it's time to get out there and start riding. I'm going to start layering up. All right, guys. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, but I'm going to go to the bathroom. Oh, yeah, that's the end of the stream. All right, guys.